In Stevens Point, I'm Erika Baker.
And I'm Nathan Wallin.
This week on SPTV News, UWSP students are victims of spear phishing. The video art exhibition was a success, and 2 officials resigned from Trump's administration.
All of this and more when we return.
There's been a crime in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where one man has been impersonating a cop. CNN's Brittany Shannon has more of the story.
There are real cops, then there are the people who pretend to be them. And at 18th in Oklahoma Monday night, a traffic stop would reveal the difference. Milwaukee police say at around 9:30, a vehicle with a red light on top stopped another vehicle. The suspect, pretending to be a cop, asked for the victim's information, including their concealed carry permit. The victim handed over a license, permit, and gun, turning it over to the suspect, who returned all but one item. That item, the victim's gun. Police say the fake cop took off with it.
That makes me really scary. I mean, I live right here at 2 blocks from here.
The incident is concerning to these South Siders.
I can't believe it. I can't believe that even happened.
That's something to worry about.
The next time they see flashing lights, they say they'll think twice.
Hey, where's your badge number? Could I see a badge number? Or, what's your car number? At least tell me something.
Ask for ID or not even open my windows until I know for sure it's a cop car.
The cop impersonator on the run until the real guys find him.
According to the Milwaukee Police, motorists can always ask police officers to show an ID or ask for a supervisor if they are pulled over. This case remains under investigation.
Recently, UWSP students have been the victims of email scams. Scammers phish by sending out an email to multiple people in hopes of tracking a few. Spear phishing is when the scammer sends one specific email to a person whom they have information on. This can include your name, job title, and even your direct supervisor. A few days ago, a scammer posed as a student's direct supervisor, addressed the student by name, and asked the student if he could transfer account information by the end of the day. However, there were multiple signs that within the email alerted the student to a possible phishing attempt. UWSP's Information Security Office urges students to be careful about what information they transfer through email and to contact the IT service desk if they have any questions.
The university store's textbook rental is now operating in library mode. This means all the UWSP students can now rent any textbook for the remainder of the semester, regardless of what classes you are enrolled in. Students will need their student ID to rent out the books. Textbook rental is open Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 5:30.
The Hmong and Southeast Asian American Club is promoting awareness and providing an extensive understanding of their culture to the community and here on campus. Ji Sung Kim has more on this organization.
Yang Kong is a member of the Hasiak Club. He talks about what the organization has to offer.
Freshman year, I wasn't so involved in Hasiak, but sophomore year, I was a really active member. I had all these benefits where I get to go to conferences, educational conferences for free. We learned about Hmong stereotypes and our origin, our story. We also learn about poetry and dance.
Long, the vice president, discusses what he wants the members to experience.
Personally, I want to be able to give them the experience that I had coming in as a freshman. Very welcoming, very tightly knitted, something that college should be, to be able to lean on one another instead of, just very idle by yourself.
Yang Kong talks about what it means to be part of the club.
They accept me. They accept me as I am. I mean, we're all Hmong here, so it's comfortable, it's easy. It's like I never left home,
The Hasiak Club has several fundraising events such as selling egg rolls on campus and hosting the Hmong dinner. They will also have their annual spring conference on March 11th this year.
What we do there is we also educate people what is happening in the community, specifically in the Hmong community. How are we going to jump over these obstacles? what are we facing today, what we can do to improve it.
For SPTV, I'm Ji-Sung Kim.
The organization provides volunteer activities and events for the public, which in turn gives leadership opportunities for the members of HASIAC.
The 47th International Dinner is a few months away, but the International Club is already hard at work planning the event. The club is accepting applications for student MCs and performers. Master of Ceremonies would be in charge of making announcements throughout the night, such as performance introductions and food information. Performers will be given a 5-minute time slot to showcase their act. Applications will be due on February 17th at 11:59 p.m. Auditions will be held February 24th from 4 to 8 p.m. and dinner will be held on April 8th. Students can check campus announcements for both applications and information. Visit the club's office in the lower level of the DUC.
Centertainment put on another event last Friday night. Nicole Seiter has more.
Centertainment hosted Grocery Bingo last Friday night. About 65 students attended in hopes of taking home groceries. The winner had a variety of grocery bags to choose from, with each one containing different foods.
So I'm hosting Grocery Bingo, which means that we'll be playing bingo. There'll be 12 rounds, and for each round, the winner can take away a bag of groceries. And so there's 12 different grocery bags, and each one is a different theme. We have kindergarten lunches, movie night, junk food, health nut, dinner for two, and a bag of bakery items.
Centertainment's team worked together to come up with the idea of what to give away at bingo.
Actually, it was my coworker Paulette. She's the club variety coordinator at Centertainment, and I had the idea for bingo, but she's the one who actually gave me the idea to give away groceries.
Centertainment puts on different events weekly and has more upcoming events.
I'm the travel and leisure coordinator, so I do homegrown events, but I also do the trips. And the first trip of the semester is going to be a mystery bus trip. So it's on Saturday, March 4th, and the bus leaves at 7:45 a.m. It's $28 for students, $38 for non-students, and they can sign up at the information ticket desk in the DUC. And they're not going to know where it's going until the day of. I will be emailing everyone who signs up any information they might need to know. But until that morning, it's going to be a complete mystery.
For more information on upcoming events, visit Centertainment's website. For SPTV News, I'm Nicole Seiter.
The mystery bus sign-up is now open at University Information and Ticketing.
UWSP's Gender Sexuality Alliance will be hosting guest speaker Kathy Flores. Flores is the LGBTQ anti-violence statewide coordinator for the program Diverse and Resilient and will be presenting on the current progress for LGBTQ rights and ways to make a difference. Flores will also share a new statewide anti-violence program offered by Diverse and Resilient called Room to Be Safe. This resource is designed to educate about healthy and unhealthy relationships in LGBTQ communities in Wisconsin and offered a non-emergency telephone and text helpline. The speaker will be presenting on February 16th from 7 to 9 in the DUC Alumni Room.
He is continuing to delve into different organizations here on campus. This week, we look at PRSSA.
PRSSA is a nationally recognized organization we have here on campus.
PRSSA is a pre-professional organization for students interested in communication, public relations, marketing, and business, and the whole realm of, we do creative communication, we have arts management students, basically everything business.
PRSSA is not just beneficial for people with a business or communication major, and all students are welcome and encouraged to join.
We're really active in bringing different speakers and community members, PR professionals, who work in industry in different ways, whether they work at like a firm or an agency, if they work in education, politics, all kinds of things. We bring in different people who will tell us about their job and how they work with PR or how they kind of come in contact with different PR people.
Almost all companies have some type of PR, so understanding how that works is very beneficial for all careers.
Every Wednesday at 5 o'clock we have a professional speaker or speakers join us to talk about professionalism and job opportunities. And then we also do several volunteer opportunities throughout the semester, and we also take trips both locally and nationally to conferences and on tours to businesses and public relations agencies.
PRSSA is an amazing way to gain networking opportunities and make connections with local and national businesses.
What's really cool about the organization though is that you get to meet different people, different students on campus. A lot of different PR professionals. You get to learn about the PR field. And it's really just kind of a fun learning experience, but also networking. It's always good to make connections and be able to kind of expand your professional network for after college.
Overall, PRSSA is a very distinguished club on campus that can offer great resources to all students.
Your schoolwork is important, but what you do beyond the classroom is very important, and I think employers notice that, and they know what Public Relations Student Society of America is, so it makes a difference to have that on your resume.
On that note, this is Erika Baker reporting for SPTV.
For more information, you can contact PRSSA.
The UWSP Society of Human Resources will be bringing in professionals to assist students on their interview and resume writing skills. Students can come, speak with these professionals, and receive immediate feedback. 2 to 3 professionals will be available for 30-minute sessions on Monday, February 20th from 5:15 to 8 p.m. in CPS room 209. Sign-up sheets can be accessed through campus announcements.
Love Your Melon is looking for students to join the fight against cancer. They work to donate hats to children fighting cancer, and 50% of their net proceeds go to cancer research and families in financial need. Other activities include volunteering in the surrounding communities and for campus events. If you want to get involved or are looking for more information, please check their spin page.
That is all the news we have for you this evening.
We will be right back with sports after the break.
Stand by camera 1. Coming in on camera in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take camera 1.
SPTV News serves Stevens Point, the largest city in Portage County and home to 26,000 people. SPTV News covers campus, local, and national news, as well as local sports and entertainment. Melissa Mitrovic will present you the latest in Point news. Tune in to Charter Channel 983 or visit our YouTube channel. SPTV News, pointing to you.
Don't have a television? Don't worry. SPTV is available on demand at uwsp.edu/SPTV. Find your favorite shows on our website, plus links to all of our YouTube content. Stay up to date with SPTV News that includes information about campus and community happenings. And don't forget to like us on Facebook. We're SPTV-UWSP Television. SPTV. Let's make media together.
This week in sports, the UWSP men's hockey team finished off their regular season scoring 26 goals in their last 6 games and won both games over the weekend. Friday was a 7-4 win over UW Stout, and Saturday was a 4-1 win over UW Eau Claire. The win on Saturday earned the team a share of the regular season conference title, and they also secured home ice advantage for the conference tournament, which starts next weekend at KB Willett Arena. The UWSP women's hockey team lost on Friday to UW Superior by a score of 2-1. Meredith Ebertson scored the lone goal for the Pointers. The Pointers dropped their game last night to St. Thomas 4-2. Kara Lemoran got her team-leading 15th goal of the season, and Meredith Ebertson scored as well. The Pointers wrap up their regular season schedule this Saturday with a non-conference matchup with Concordia, with puck drop scheduled for 12 p.m. The Wisconsin Badgers lost to Northwestern Sunday afternoon at the Kohl Center 66-59. It was the Badgers' first home loss of the season. Nigel Hayes led the Badgers with 10 points. They returned to the hardwood tonight against Michigan in Ann Arbor. Spring training is underway for Major League Baseball. The Milwaukee Brewers have their facilities all set up in the Phoenix suburb of Maryvale, Arizona. Pitchers and catchers report to camp on Tuesday, while other position players report later in the week. And their first team workout is Saturday. The Brewers get their month of exhibition games underway with a scrimmage on the 24th against the University of Milwaukee. The Brewers wrap up their spring training schedule with 2 games at Miller Park against the Chicago White Sox on March 31st and April 1st. Last night, they beat UW-Platteville in the Quant Fieldhouse 61-56. Bryce Williams led the offensive charge with the Pointers, finishing with 17 points. The Pointers wrap up their season this Saturday with a 7 p.m. tip-off from the Quant Fieldhouse against UW-La Crosse. The UWSP women's basketball team beat UW Stout 81-54 on Senior Day, Saturday in the Berg Gym. Lauren Anklem finished off her last home game as a Pointer in Stout, leading the team with 20 points. Last night, they beat UW-Platteville 69-55 in a game played at Platteville. Lauren Anklem finished with 14 points to lead the team. They wrap up their regular season this Saturday when they travel to UW-La Crosse for a 3 p.m. tip-off with the Eagles. UWSP women's basketball player senior Lauren Anklem is not only a star player on the basketball court, but also off it. She does a lot of volunteering in the local community, and she is averaging 9.8 points per game throughout her entire UWSP career. We learn more about Lauren in this week's edition of Getting to Know You.
I want my legacy to really just be, when the people hear my name, like, not so much about basketball, but just about me as a person, like thinking highly of me as a person and thinking like she worked hard, like she accomplished things, like we can see that, and like hope that they can too, and that kind of thing, not just the basketball side of it. Well, my most memorable basketball moment actually just happened last Saturday on Senior Day. I scored my 1,000th point, so kind of exciting. I never did it in high school, so it was almost like a reward for everything, paying off hard work in the last 4 years. My parents just signed me up way back in 2nd grade and played for the first time, and it's like, I love this, like I can do it. And my brother, who's 2 years older than me, he played, and so it's always just been a part of my life growing up. My favorite athlete, this is easy. I am a huge Donald Driver fan. He may be retired, but I love the Green Bay Packers. I've loved Donald Driver, and so by far, him. Outside of like my teammates, people probably don't know that I spend a lot of time doing puzzles. The more pieces, the better. I love the challenge, and it's just something that I love to spend my free time doing.
If you have anyone that you would like to nominate, please email us at sptv@uwsp.edu. That's all the sports stories we have for you tonight. Up next is entertainment news with Sarah Sartell. I'm Joey Huebsch for SPTV Sports.
Warzala, the 7th largest book printer in North America, is hiring students for the semester. We are 100% employee-owned and located right here in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. All shifts currently hiring, with jobs starting at $10.80 an hour. Hours are flexible. For more information, contact the Warzala HR department.
Are you interested in pursuing a career in animals or just looking for a way to help preserve wildlife? Then the Wildlife Society might be just for you. As one of the largest organizations at UWSP, you will have your chance to help in projects that study and preserve animals, network with professionals, and meet like-minded people. Join us Tuesdays at 5 p.m. and join the Wildlife Society today.
Welcome back, Pointers. Although the semester has just started, schoolwork can be very stressful and a lot to handle. This weekend, Centertainment is providing an opportunity for students to listen to smooth jazz, enjoy some mocktails, and eat free food. There will be also a performance from the group TFIU, as well as poetry and freestyle beats performances. Late Night Vibes will take place Saturday night in the DUC Alumni Room starting at 10 p.m. The event is free with a student ID and $5 without. The Knoll Fine Arts Center is holding a month-long exhibition that features film art from emerging young artists in China.
This past Monday, the Edna Carlson Art Gallery had their opening ceremony for a Chinese film exhibition. It is a collaboration with a UWSP professor and an alumna.
An exhibition of Chinese video art, and it features 7 young emerging artists, most of them born in the 1980s. So it's this generation that grew up with technology, sort of the first generation to grow up with technology in China. So a lot of the works are responses to sort of growing up in the 1980s and the 90s in China.
Alumna Ellen Larson studied Chinese contemporary art in Beijing for 5 years before bringing her passion to Stevens Point.
I worked at a gallery in Beijing, and through that opportunity I met many artists, some of who are included in the exhibition right now. And so that experience made me think that it's really important to bring all of these incredible works that I was seeing in China almost every day to this community, specifically the UW Stevens Point community.
During the first week of the exhibition, Chinese artist Ye Funa gave a lecture and held a workshop about her current art project. She explains her inspiration behind her artwork.
This whole video and the whole program is about to to blur the banner between the kind of daily display to be an art exhibition. Yeah.
Larson hopes that the exhibition will bring her perspective about Chinese culture to Point.
That they have this preconceived notion as what it means to be Chinese or what it must be like to live in China. And I kind of want to push on those assumptions a little bit, on those stereotypes, and I want to provide people with an alternative perspective as what these artists are thinking about, how they're looking at the world around them and how they're translating it into their work.
The exhibition will be featured at the gallery through March 5th. For SPTV News, this is Nicole Pfeiffer with Rachael Ellis.
The exhibition will be held March 5th. For more information, check the gallery's Facebook page. With hundreds of students' organizations on campus, there's something for everyone. DOG's UWSP's Drum and Wind Group is looking for new members for their color guard. DOG is a non-marching show band and drumline club that is looking to expand their organization. They play a variety of new music and crowd favorites. Meeting times are Wednesdays and Thursday evenings. For more information, check out their Spin and Facebook pages. Enjoying an a cappella this semester? Well, you're in luck. I had the chance to talk to the group about how to become a member.
A cappella auditions for the Point Pitches will take place this Friday and Saturday.
You don't need any experience, just music enthusiasts all together. A cappella UWSP is an organization filled with people who both sing in groups and also who are enthusiasts of a cappella UWSP.
The auditions will take place on Friday from 1 to 4 in the NFACT Room 240 and Saturday from 11 to 4 in the Praise Sims Music Room.
If you are going to be auditioning, which we very much encourage, then I would say brush up on your sight reading exercises, brush up on maybe rhythm, and practice a song before you come in to perform for us.
The Point Pitches perform all around the Stevens Point area and on the campus.
Last year we performed at the Relay for Life as entertainment. We also perform at the Brew House for open mic night every now and then. Additionally, we have other campuses, other organizations come and visit Stevens Point, and we will sing with them and have a concert of sorts. We also have a spring and winter concert.
The practice schedule for the Point Pitches causes few conflicts for the schedule.
For the point pitches, we practice Sunday nights from 7 until 8 p.m. and then on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 until 9 p.m.
Even if you don't sing, there are still options to be a part of the UWSP a cappella community.
If you are just an a cappella enthusiast and you don't really feel like auditioning, feel free to join A Cappella UWSP. We're just a cappella enthusiasts. If you love watching performances, love watching your friends perform, come and check us out.
For more information, follow the Point Pitches on Facebook and Twitter page. This is Breeana Schmidt and Sartell with SPTV News.
To set up an audition time or for more information, contact the Point Pitches through email or their spin page. That's all we have for you this week for entertainment news. Up next is Austin Lepak with Pointer Politics. I'm Sarah Sartell with SPTV Entertainment News.
Thanks, Sarah. In politics this week, Michael Flynn resigned earlier this week after only a few weeks as the White House National Security Advisor. CNN has more on the story.
We've been reviewing and evaluating this issue with respect to General Flynn on a daily basis for a few weeks, trying to ascertain the truth. We got to a point not based on a legal issue, but based on a trust issue, where the level of trust between the President and General Flynn had eroded to the point where he felt he had to make a change. The President was very concerned that General Flynn had misled the Vice President and others. He was also very concerned in light of sensitive subjects dealt with by that position of national security advisors like China, North Korea, and the Middle East, that the President must have complete and unwavering trust for the person in that position. The evolving and eroding level of trust as a result of this situation and a series of other questionable instances is what led the President to ask for General Flynn's resignation.
Keith Kellogg is holding the position while the White House decides on a replacement. Late Wednesday afternoon, Andrew Puzder withdrew his nomination for Secretary of Labor. The CEO of Hardee's and Carl's Jr.'s fast food restaurants announced his decision in light of diminishing support from Senate Republicans. Puzder has faced increasing opposition from Democrats and Republicans alike based on his stance on labor issues and a scandal involving his personal life. He was expected to do extensive preparation for his confirmation hearing before the Senate on Thursday. According to his team, the CEO did not want to go through with the confirmation if there was no clear path for him to follow. Although Puzder is resigning, he will continue to support President Trump and his team. Today's society relies on technology and internet services more than ever before, but there is a group of Wisconsinites who do not have access to broadband internet. Rural Wisconsin is struggling to gain funding to allow for the people who reside there to have equal access to an internet connection. In an attempt to gain more traction for funding, members of the Rural Wisconsin Initiative held a press conference to explain their plans for improving rural life. The goal of the initiative is to increase broadband for those living in rural areas, as well as to entice younger people to stay in those areas. 40% of those living in rural areas do not have access to broadband, and almost a quarter of residents of Wisconsin reside in rural areas. The proposed bill would allocate $15.5 million towards these areas. The initiative is hoping to bring more attention to the problems that rural Wisconsin is facing. In news that hits closer to home, Stevens Point Mayor Mike Wiesa and City Council members David Shore, Mary Macomb, and Heidi Oberstadt are meeting with Wisconsin Representative Katrina Shankland and Senator Patrick Teston to talk about issues affecting the city. They plan to talk to legislators regarding transportation funding, a dark shore tax shift, and funding for municipalities. Mayor Wiesa prides the city on actively engaging with state representation and making them aware of problems in Point. Wiesa and his team will be joining with village leaders from across the state as part of the League of Wisconsin Municipalities for their first lobby day of the 2017-2018 legislative session. Engaging in active communication with legislators is crucial for receiving funding for municipalities and for the cities of Stevens Point. That is all we have for you this week in Pointer Politics. I'm Austin Lepak. We'll be right back after the commercial break.
Serving a campus of 9,600 strong, we are the home of UWSP Television. We are SPTV. You can find us on Charter Channel 983, online, or on any of our social media sites.
That is all the news we have for you this week on SPTV. Be sure to keep yourself updated on all of our social media pages.
Until next time, Stevens Point, have a great night.